Good Tuesday morning to you. This past Sunday, we were finishing out the book of Jonah as we were in Jonah chapter 4. And of course, this is after the people of Nineveh have repented. And we get to see how Jonah reacts to this. And he did not react well. Verse 1 said that it displeased Jonah exceedingly. And he was angry. And he even prayed to God in the next couple of verses. And he even requests from God that he may die. That's how upset he was at what had happened, that the people had repented and that God had relented. But I want us to notice how he describes God. And this is in the Old Testament. Sometimes when people talk about God in the Old Testament, they talk about, he's kind of this mean God. He's kind of this violent God. He's not the same God that we see in the New Testament. But isn't he? Look at the way that Jonah described God in Jonah chapter 4 at the end of verse 2. This is the reason that he ran away from God and that he was headed towards Tarshish. He says this, "For I knew that you are a gracious God and merciful, slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love and relenting from disaster." That's Old Testament. This is how Jonah knows God. And he said, this is why I didn't want to go to Nineveh, because I knew that you are gracious. I knew that you are merciful. I knew that you are slow to anger. And I knew that you are abounding in steadfast love and that you would relent from disaster, that you wouldn't smote these guys, that you wouldn't take them out, and that you would relent if they repented. And that's exactly what happened. But are we glad that that is our God? That he is a God that is gracious and merciful towards us? That he is a God that is slow to anger towards us, that he is abounding in love towards us, and that he relents from disaster? Is that not what happened when he sent his son, Jesus Christ, to this earth, to be that perfect sacrifice for us, because we could not be that sacrifice for ourselves? This is the God that we know. This is the God that is alive and that is well and doesn't want any to perish. He wants all to be saved. And so as the church, that's our job. That's our job, to spread the seed so others may know this God and know that there is salvation that is readily available for all. I hope and pray that you're having a great day here in Killeen. We're getting a little bit of rain, which is a nice thing. And it definitely has cooled off the temperatures a bit. And so we are thankful to our God for that. I hope and pray you're having a great week. Remember, God loves you so much, and I love you as well. God willing, we'll see you again next week. God bless.